Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, today is Monday, and this is week 4 of this series. Now, a lot of you will have, I'm predicting this, but will have had serious or wouldn't have liked yesterday's video because it wasn't really much, and that was some reason. But this week's will be different, so we're going to be heavily focused on doing the weight loss and the exercise, starting all that this week. So I'm looking forward to this week. Let's see what we can do. So today is Monday. It is currently, let me see that, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning. 5, just after 5. I am doing the early start to cover my colleague, my good friend Thimo, today. So yes, early start, and it's not unnormal. Like this was my life for 18, 20 months. Got up, started work at 6:30, finished at 6:30, did 12-hour days, long period, got so much done. So it's helpful when you start early because there's so much you can do, and that's what we're doing today. And then, yeah, now, because it's really early, and I usually, nowadays, go to the bus stop, and go for a nice walk around our town, because it's so early in the morning, and no one's around. I don't trust the town in the slightest possible way. We won't do that today, but that will happen at lunchtime. So what I'm going to do now is pack my lunch in my bag and go get the Hell Rider, more commonly known as a bus. So I'll see you later. Right, so it's now time to go. Yeah, we're just heading to work, so let's go. Oh my god, it is so dark. Look at this, look at outside, look at this. Actually, pitch black. I got everything yesterday. It is literally pitch black outside. And yeah, God, and here's the Audi. If you watch the series of doing this up, yeah. Oh my god, it's so dark. Right, let's hope the bus doesn't blow, because one thing I don't want, it's so fucking cold outside right now, and I do not want to be spending more time out here when I have to. It's freezing. This bus better be on time. Right, at the bus stop, went a bit further than Liverpool. And well, we're here at work. God, it is deserted. Feels weird being here at this time in the morning. I was half expecting to see my manager's manager here. He usually starts about, well, no, he goes over another thing. But, well, it's just me for now. Roll on 5 o'clock. Hey everyone, you probably can't see me. Today's Thursday, and this week's not been the best week. I'm coming out with a flu, I think. God, I feel awful. Saying a bit nudge today, as I was hoping to be originally. But yeah, and oh God, I feel like shit. Anyway, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Peace. So as you can see, I was out another note. This is our 4th one this past week. So this is the aftermath of mine. Yeah, this is literally what happens when you're fat. I'm proving this in this video. It's not as, it really isn't as, you know, it's okay. It's not just, it's really not. There's so many health issues that do come back of it, and this series is proving that. God, I feel ill. 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since I've been off work due to ill health, and now I'm first day back. It's currently 7:36 in the morning, walking for the hell ride of the head to hell. God help me. But hopefully, well, not hopefully, this will be, well, I don't word this. This is going, next year we made major changes to this. Obviously, the corporate life I'll be leaving. I'll explain more about that later in the video. Don't subscribe. I explain about the illness more because the past 2 weeks have been absolutely fucking awful. One good thing that's come of it is I ain't so fucking focused. It's alright. Change is coming. I can't wait. Hey everyone, so it's been a weird day. It's the end of the day now. As you can kind of see here, it's the Wednesday. Went back to work today. It was an interesting day. I know I mentioned earlier about, not very much in detail, so I'm going into detail now, about what I mean in relation to looking elsewhere and leaving where I work currently, stuff like that. So it is going to happen. That's guaranteed. Now, it's when. So for me, I am not going to do anything that's majorly stupid. And just, I mean, by that I mean, I'm not, as much as I want to do Zim for full time, that isn't financially viable. However, working a 9 to 5, you can kind of see now, it's very tiring, Monday to Friday. You leave no time to do this. And I'm going to put a lot of focus in. So I've decided I'm going to be looking to go part-time, 16 hours a week, that cover enough money to pay the most essential of bills, a little bit left over, and yeah, then focus 100% on this, Zimps Gaming, Zimps Watches, and obviously Luke and the channels with Reese and Luke and stuff, and everything in between, like that. Put a lot of focus and time into them, because obviously ultimately the main goal is I do this full time, do the Zimp stuff full time, which I really do enjoy doing, and yeah, that's the plan. Now, do your part time. That's, you know, just look to go part time somewhere, ideally somewhere working from home, so you can keep the income coming in, and hopefully, let's just say it's you know, it's great what we can do there, and that's the plan. Now, the reason behind the why, there's 3 reasons. One, is it's just very boring. Now, it is so boring. It's the same thing over and over. Passwords prioritized. It's just I can't be bothered anymore. I personally can't be bothered. And I'm getting very, very bored very, very quickly. And the problem with me is when I get bored at something, I just will stop caring, and it will get to the point, if I continue on this path of the current employment, I will just get bored, give up caring, and then ultimately just stop. And when I stop, it means I won't be the best performing, and then it'll make me look bad, etc., etc. So, to save fit, you know, figure, well, I still got that bit of boost in me, you know, that IT intellect within the head of mine, you know, just stick at it until I find a part-time job early next year. I guarantee by May at the max next year, I will not be in this anymore. It'll be finished, completely gone, and I'll be in the part-time work or on Zimps, but early next year, hopefully, because it's going to part 2, as the reason is I'm one out of IT. That also, I've been doing IT since, like, as technically, and had an interest in it since the age of 2. I was very, very young when I started working. When I say work, I'm working at 2, but doing things within IT. I mean, by the age of 2, very small things, like it was, I don't know, changing the TV or, you know, turning on the stereo kind of thing. And then as you got older, I kind of taught myself. Now, I think the person I have to thank for my IT kind of thing. Believe it or not, getting into IT was my dad, of all people, who's the least technical person I ever know. But it's like, I was very young watching him do something as simple as putting speakers together, which is like, my dad's very good with like DIY stuff, so he put the speaker wire in, and watching him do that got me interested in doing it. So I've taught myself that. I then taught myself his laptop that he couldn't work out, and taught him how to use it by the age of 5. By the age of 5, that 2009, I made my first ever YouTube channel, all them years ago. And yeah, I've been around on this game for a long time. The problem is, I made so many YouTube channels over the years that that's the only regret I have in life. There's only one regret I have, and that is that the fact that I never stuck the one channel. I can't remember the email for the life of me. I still have the second channel I made in 2013. I still have that one, Zimps V1, I've now named it to him. But that's no videos on it. However, I do wish I had Zimps, the idea of Zimps, back then, but they were 5, so it literally called my name Callum Manuel. That's literally what they were, very original with a name. But back in 2009, you know, that's back when I started this, and I did a video. It's still true, you can ask Reese this, because I got in a lot of trouble with teachers for this, but there's a video with me at 5 years old with no shirt on, talking about how I love Reese and Aaron, my friend at the time, and whoever else there was. That's literally what it was. And the 2 other videos followed with me in my shirt. There was so many videos I did back then in the day, but yeah, I remember doing that. And that's where I properly started doing IT. And then I worked, this is a whole career story at this point, but worked at Next, a warehouse in, where was it, Pontefract. And that was awful. I mean, I would never work in a warehouse again. Reese still does. I don't know how he does it. Even Luke, he's more. If you want to go down the route of it's because I'm not fit. Luke's more fit than me, and even it is the most depressing job you can do. So I left that and then got the apprenticeship where I work currently, and I've been there for the last 3 and how many years it's been. And now I think it's the time for this place to say, yep, you've been good to me, and it's time to move on. And the third reason, and this is the most important one, is I want to leave because I care. And I know it sounds ironic, but it's kind of true. I care about the management, and especially my team, and my team, in the most part. Because at one point, in the past 3 weeks, I've been really unwell. And I felt genuinely, like I just haven't... You can tell when I'm not well, because there's 2 things that won't happen. I won't play video games, which I haven't done for so long, or my computer or anything like that, or I won't work. Now, you might think that sounds weird, but it's generally true. I don't take sick days often, if ever, unless I'm forced into them. Annual leave I take all the time, and that's not the same. But when I'm genuinely unwell, you will not see me do much. And that's what's happened the past 3 weeks. I've just done hardly anything. I mean, very, very close. I had a phone call with one of my friends and who I work with, and I was this close. I kid you not, how that close to walking in unwell. I would force myself out, go into work, hand my work laptop, work badge, and all that crap in, and say, "I quit, goodbye," and then leave. That was that close to happening. But then I think to myself back in the head, you know, what they've done for me. And for me just to throw it back in their faces wasn't fair, because I kid you not, I can't fault management for my managers in the slightest way. Like, they are by far, I've got 3 managers, 2 team leaders and the manager. They have done so much for me personally. I can't speak for anyone else, but for me personally, they have done far, far, far so much. They've been by my side, and I can't fault them in the slightest way. They're really great people, and forever friends. But thinking selfishly, I still want to leave, and that's not what you can't really stay somewhere just because you like the managers. Don't get me wrong, management are great here, really are solid. You can't fault any of them for being the really good managers, but it's a time at this point, like, I'm getting so bored. I'm hating every second of it. My attitude towards, like, my approach of it is just, it's day by day rather than, you know, year by year. But it's gonna happen. I will leave for something else and pursue Zimps, and That's the idea of what's happening with that. That's what I was saying earlier. And then the 3 reasons to why. But yeah, it's been awful these past 3 weeks. Absolutely awful. Well, a lovely walk to work this morning. Listening to some nice music, bit of Radiohead. Just to go back to Katie, she's done to work. Now, Friday today, quite welcome. Sunday's the weigh-in. It's been 3 weeks, it's been a long time. It's been a long video, I do apologise. But it's good to be back. I guess this week is a bit fun. It's going to be all hunt for part-time job hunts. As I started in the video, fingers crossed I will very soon. So that's this week. Now this video concluded. It's an interesting video. I'm just making some brown toast to go with my dad's sausages there that he made. But first it is the weigh-in. Now unfortunately my mum cannot hold the camera, so it's going to have to be very makeshift indeed. So I was going to pop this here. You won't see it, but so as you can see, it's 323.8. I don't know what that is in. I put all the measurements on the screen. I say I, my wonderful editor will. So 323. So I have no idea what that is and what the difference is, but I now remember I started on 3. What was it? I can't remember. All the screens, all the details are on the screen. So we'll see if it's lost or not. But one thing that is for certain is I'm now back.